Good afternoon, this is Reed Stow from Rex Game Studios, and this is Friday, May 31st, 2013, and we are going to review the potential severe weather outbreak that could take place in the Central Plains and Upper Midwest region. Let's move right along here so we can get into it. What we're looking at right now is the tornado risk for today. We're kind of pretty much highlighting this right now because this is probably the greatest risk of all things that we need to be concerned about. As you can see, we have an area of 10% with a significant area created by SPC, and I think this is pretty good outlook that they have here right now. It actually may be a little bit higher. I might see them go to a 15% chance here in some areas. I think the tornado risk is a lot greater today than it was yesterday. The only other thing I would say that would be a little bit more different is this 5% being extended further north and this area being dropped a little bit, especially in this area here. There's a cold pool of air here that I think is going to cause the storm to go a little bit more elevated. We'll get into that a little bit later, but our focus is mainly in this area here where I think the more significant tornadoes will be. Looking at the 250 millibar level, we can see the area in red is the area of concern that we have here. Pretty strong upper level jet coming in, a deep trough stacked vertically, a low pressure system over the Dakotas. This, depending on where this trough bulges down, which I think it's going to, bulge down this jet into this region a little bit further south, the left entrance region will move into this area sometime, I would say, in the next 4 to 6 hours. Looking at the 500 millibar level, again, vertically stacked low pressure system. The deepest cold air aloft trough is still to the west of the unstable atmosphere. One thing we've noticed here is a little bit of warming in the mid levels of the atmosphere, so this will create more of a cap today than what we've had in previous days. So I think the instability is going to be a lot greater today. And the only other thing that's a little bit of concern is the extent of how far west this cold air trough will make it, and will it be sufficient enough to break that cap? We'll have to talk about that a little bit later. At 700 millibars, again, vertically stacked low pressure system. Winds at this level are pretty much out of the east southeast, going to the east northeast about 30 knots, so that's going to be our storm motion today along pretty much the boundary area. The thing about this though is I don't think the dry line and the surface trough or surface front are going to be moving as greatly as they think today, so we may have to watch tomorrow also. We still might have boundaries in areas that we have today. Might be a little bit further to east, but not far. We'll have to see. Only concern is the vertical motion is further away from this region, so we're going to be relying upon that upper level jet to really kind of push things going today. 850 millibar levels, again, low level jet is strong enough, sufficient, 40 knots or greater. One area that I do have a concern is this upper level or this low level low pressure system that's forming out here in the panhandle of Texas. This will be a focus and an impetus for where severe weather will develop to the north and east of it. At the 925 millibar level, again, vertically stacked low pressure system. That's the reason why I think we're going to have a greater risk for severe weather in the Minnesota, Wisconsin area, around the Quad Cities area. Even though SPC is not really highlighting that, I definitely think we'll see tornadoes in that region. We do have upper level jet max in that area and difluent flow aloft too. So again, what we're looking at here is the triple point, where it's going to be a focus point of where severe weather will be at this point. But again, I don't see a lot of movement in these boundaries here, so we may have to watch this for tomorrow too. Even though a lot of forecasters are saying this is going to be waning by tomorrow, I think we could see another potential day. Looking more at the surface area, what we've got here is here's the cold front slash stationary front, and then we have like a quasi front to the southwest of that. Not really cold air. It's kind of more of a more drier air than what's really there. The actual dry line kind of waggles down towards southwest Texas here. There is a little bit of a bulge around CDS, which is Wichita Falls, Texas. Now, this area in red is the area where I think the greatest risk for highest risk for severe weather and possible tornadoes, especially in this region here. I think it's going to be a lot greater, and the reason being is we'll talk about how though the speed shear is great, the directional shear is not. So though we will be getting tornadic activity developing, I think it's going to be recycling as it continues to move. It's not going to be, put out a tornado for a really long time and go for a long time. It may put down a tornado for a short distance, then recycle, then put down a tornado for a short distance, then recycle, is what I'm thinking we're going to see before it becomes more of a quasi line of storms. Now in this area here we have a cool pool of air. It's not super cold, but the dew points are a little bit lower in this region, and I think any storms that move out of this area into this area are going to pretty much become more elevated as they do in the weekends. So I think the tornado threat is a lot lower here than in this region here. So we'll have to see how this develops. But we might have some strengthening right before the storms move into that boundary. So we'll have to see how that goes. Looking at the skew T-plot, and really Oklahoma City is the best skew T-plot that we have. This shows the potential right now. I am very concerned about how this looks right now. We do have two inversions, one at the 500 millibar level, which we talked about how we had a little bit of a warming of the air. We have to overcome that, and then obviously around a little bit below the 700 millibar level we have a strong capping inversion there, but I think we will overcome that. Cape values are more than sufficient. We should have Cape values greater than 4,000 joules or greater. Look at this supercell level at 40. Significant tornado level is at 10. I think we're more than sufficient for severe weather. Forecasted surface lifted indices are around -9. I think they'll be greater than that. LCLs are sufficiently low for tornado development, and lapse rates are +5, +7. Again, the only area that I see as a concern right now is this shear. Now, though our shear values overall are greater than 40 knots, and actually there's even 75 knot shear values in southwest Kansas that will be moving into the area. What we have is a strong speed shear, but a weak directional shear. So again, I think we'll have cyclical supercells. They will not be long tracked tornadoes that go for hundreds of miles, but they'll go for a few miles, then rebuild and recycle, as we kind of saw yesterday. But I definitely think today we'll see a better risk for tornadoes than what we did in the past. So overall, kind of a strong negatively tilted trough, more in the Wisconsin area. Strong speed shear, sufficient low level shear, strong instability, weak capping inversion. Those are all the pros of this event. The cons of the event, though, is most of the vertical motion is north of region, but I think the upper level jet will overcompensate for that. However, the upper level jet may miss the region, and the only reason why I say that is because of the fact that if that low moves a little bit further to the north, that jet will come in over Kansas and will be on the anticyclonic side of the jet. So we'll have to watch that. Overall, today I agree with SPC. I think this is a medium moderate risk for severe weather. So we'll keep you posted on things throughout the day. Definitely go to our Ustream site, and we'll be posting live there as time goes on. Thanks, and we hope you have a great day.